Hey YouTube. Okay, this video is entitled Vegans and Vegetarianism. Now, this is not a video preaching vegan or vegetarianism. I'm not here to convince anyone. I'm here to answer a few questions that I've gotten and a video that I saw. There's a lot of people that don't understand what vegan and vegetarianism is, what the differences are, and the reasons to go vegan and vegetarian. And at the end, I'm going to explain that it's a personal choice. So if you're not interested in this subject, that's okay. You can skip to the next video. But I would ask you to listen and give me your opinion. So please comment, rate, subscribe, and I really want to know what you believe. If you're vegan and you don't, or vegetarian, you don't agree with what I said, or if you're not, you disagree or you agree, I'd still appreciate your comments, okay? So I'm going to define what a vegan is first and then what a vegetarian is. Now, a vegan can be defined as a person or a vegetarian who does not eat any animal products or uses any animal products of any kind. This would mean no eggs, no milk, no shampoo, no clothes, no shoes, not even a loofah, nothing that has to do with animals, and especially products that are animal tested cannot be used or should not be used either. The difference between a vegan and a vegetarian, as I said, a vegan is a kind of vegetarian. A vegetarian is a person that's similar to a vegan, but can eat eggs, can eat dairy products, can wear clothing made from animals. Okay, that's the main difference. Now, most of this information can be found at vegan.org, so I gotta give them credit for this, but it's not the only place where you can find this information. I found 5 reasons to go vegan or vegetarian, and the first is health reasons, the respect for animals, environmental reasons, clarity of mind, and religious reasons. Now, I'm sorry, but I always give a lecture with my notes. I'm a professor, so it's kind of, I'm so used to it. It's very normal for me to do this. Okay, I'm going to read a quote directly from vegan.org because they put it very eloquently. This should be quick, though. Health reasons. The consumption of animal fats and proteins has been linked to heart disease, colon and lung cancer, osteoporosis, diabetes, kidney disease, hypertension, obesity, and a number of other debilitating conditions. Cow's milk contains ideal amounts of fat and protein for young calves, but far too much for humans, and eggs are higher in cholesterol than any other food, making them a leading contributor to cardiovascular disease. The American Dietetic Association reports that vegans' diets are associated with reduced risks of all of the above conditions. Now, this is very important. The health reasons are very obvious. No dietitian and no doctor will argue that going vegan or vegetarian is healthier for you. I'd be really hard pressed to find one doctor that will say it's better to eat meat. You may argue the Atkins diet, but study that very carefully. I'd be very suspicious about that one. The next is respect for animals. Again, quoting from vegan.org. Despite the common belief that drinking milk or eating eggs does not kill animals, commercially raised dairy cows and egg-laying chickens, whether factory farmed or free range, are slaughtered when their production rates decline. The same factory farm methods that are used to produce most meats are also used to produce most eggs and milk. These cows and chickens live their short lives caged, drugged, mutilated, and deprived of the most basic freedoms. Although chickens can live up to 15 years, they usually are slaughtered when egg production decreases at about 2 years of age. Cows are normally have a lifespan of 25 years, is cut by 20 years, maximum of 5 years when their milk production starts to decline because they are no longer profitable. So while eating eggs and drinking milk does not directly kill the animal, you are helping to support an industry that will slaughter them when their production goes down. Environmental reasons, number 3. Animal agriculture takes a devastating toll on the earth. It is an inefficient way of producing food since feed for farm animals requires land, water, fertilizer, and other resources that could otherwise have been used directly for producing human food. Animal agricultural depends on high yields accelerate topsoil erosion on our farmlands, reducing land less productive for crop cultivation, and forcing the conservation of wilderness to grazing farmlands. Animal waste from massive feedlots and factory farms is a leading cause of pollution in our groundwater and rivers. The United Nations Food and Agricultural Organization has linked animal agriculture to a number of other environmental problems, including contamination of aquatic ecosystems, soil and drinking water by manure, pesticides and fertilizers, acid rain and ammonia emissions, greenhouse gas productions, and depletion of aquifers or irrigation. It is no secret that farms pollute. When you have massive amounts of organisms in one place, you're going to have massive amounts of waste products. When you have massive amounts of waste products, bacteria and viruses thrive. Therefore, they have mutations. This is why we're having all illnesses that are new. You have higher levels of autism, higher levels of retardation, higher levels of Down syndrome, higher levels of attention deficit disorder, ADD, you name it. Right now, there is one before, about 100 years ago, it was 1 in every 20 people would develop cancer in the United States at any given time. Right now, it's 1 out of every 2 or 3 in some areas. It means 1 out of every 2 or 3 people you know will get cancer. And 20 years ago, that wasn't like that. The fourth one is clarity of mind, particularly for meditation. Now, there are lots of cultures, for example, a Buddhist culture and some Native American cultures that are strictly vegan or vegetarian. And you find higher levels of spirituality, not religious, but spirituality among them. From personal experience, when I became vegan, I noticed my awareness went up, my meditations got deeper, and I was able to perceive things I couldn't before. Now, it's not that you can't meditate and you can't achieve altered states of consciousness or deep meditation or trances while eating meat. Of course you can, but it's easier. It gives you a little extra kick for your mind. And I found it to be a wonderful, wonderful addition. But again, it's a personal choice and it is not for everyone. Now we have religious reasons. I'm not going to go into that one. There's a lot of controversy. But you know, if it's your religion, you know. Some religions can eat some things, other religions can't eat meat at all. Okay, now here's the problem with veganism and vegetarianism. A lot of vegans and vegetarians take it and make it into a religion. It's like the religion of science, the religion of veganism. They take, anytime that there's humans involved, you're going to have some sort of fundamentalist. You're going to have fundamentalist vegans that want to push their agenda. This is true that we're having a climatological catastrophe at the moment, and anybody that doesn't see that is going for a really, really rough ride in the future. We have a lot of problems, and our planet is dying. This is not a reason, however, to push one's beliefs on someone else. So I do not support vegans or vegetarians that force their beliefs on other people. This is why I admire some of the things that PETA does, but I don't support them openly, or I don't support them in my heart, because a lot of what they do, it's good intentioned, it really is, but their methods may not be correct, especially if it harms, insults, or humiliates someone else. I don't approve of that. So what I say is, if you're going to be vegan or vegetarian, then, you know, do what you can. If you're not going to be 100%, then don't be 100%. And if you're going to eat meat, try to eat free-range meat, where the animal is cared for once for nothing, is never tortured. And make sure you get to know where your meat comes from, because it does affect you. What goes into your body affects you. And I leave you with this thought. In conclusion, I am vegan, and it is the best thing that I have ever done. But if we listen carefully to the statement, it is the best thing I have ever done, this does not make it the best choice for you. You must decide what is right for you. Thank you very much, and blessed be.